Respondent Corona, using his administrative powers as a Supreme Court Chief Justice, extended office hours so that the TRO condition can be fulfilled by GMA, and thus allowed GMA and then First Gentleman to leave. I was very interested in this allegation and was looking forward to the presentation of evidence on this matter, Mr. President. But let me move forward. Yesterday, Senator Lawrence stood up and she asked for clarification because she did not recall that there was any testimony given by any witness as to prove that, in fact, the office hours were extended. So I was intently listening to the query and to the response given to Senator Legarda. I refer to page 37 of our journal, wherein the statement, or should I say, the testimony of the prosecution, I refer to Attorney Pareño, refers to certain times. There was 1:30, 3 o'clock, and 4:30. Mr. President, I would like to put on record that the statements of counsel on the time that certain activities were taken, certain activities took place, have absolutely no bearing on this impeachment court. It will be recalled that it was counsel who testified on those times, and I would like to know if counsel has now offered himself as the witness. Has counsel taken an oath, perhaps, when I stood out for a few minutes? I just don't want people, whether non-lawyers or the millions of Filipinos who are watching, to be confused because there was no evidence that I can see in the record and that I have witnessed with my own eyes on the witness stand. Having said that, Mr. President, I refer back to the query of Senator Lauren Legarda, and in fact, section 37, page 37 of the journal will bear out her concern that the only reference to time provided by counsel, not by the witness, if I may emphasize again, was 1:30, 2:30, 3 o'clock, and 4:30 p.m. Mr. President, I mention this because I belabor this point because they used our time. We spent so many minutes trying not to fall asleep watching that video. So if there is no testimony that will accompany that video, can we please be more conscious of this? Or if the one who will testify on the video will be the lawyer, then please take the witness stand, so that we do not waste the time of counsel, our researchers, our people, in trying to understand what is evidence that we must use in deciding this case. This becomes even more relevant because the prosecution has rested. So I leave this point, Mr. President. I don't require a response, but if the prosecution cares to respond, I am more than happy. Thank you.
The chair would like to state for the record that the statements, personal statements of the lawyers representing either side of the adversarial proceeding are not evidence. They are just a plain statement, manifestation, and they will not be taken into account as proof of anything except that they said it. Anybody who wants to respond to the lady senator from Taguig? From the prosecution side.
Your Honor, the statement of the senator is well taken. Actually, the intention of the video is part of the building block of the presentation of the prosecution. However, in light of yesterday's development, Your Honor, that we can no longer present the other witnesses like the process server, which we would have wanted to prove the extension of office hours, we cannot go further on that, Your Honor. But thank you for that clarification. I think the senator didn't want us to respond, doesn't need a response. But yes, we clarified that it's part of the building block, Your Honor.
Only statements given under oath by somebody sitting on the witness stand is evidence.
Mr. President.
So,
Mr. President. Yes, may we now proceed to the business for the day, and this is the continuation of the cross-examination of witness Mr. Danny Piedad of ABS-CBN by the defense. So may we call on the witness, Mr. President?
You may call now the witness who is going to be subjected to cross-examination? Under